ごい。
静かにした。すごい。クレアちゃん。
Cross-dressing girl Butler falls in love with a boy who is scared of girls because of his phobia. Hello and welcome back to our channel iSky. Today we are going to do a recap of the anime series called Mayo Chiki. Episode 1. The episode begins with a high school student Kenjiro Sakamachi, who had a rude awakening from his sister, Kira Sakamachi. When his sister wakes him up, she starts to wrestle with him, and because Kenjiro is pretty weak, he gets beaten easily. After she is done wrestling, she asks Kenjiro about her skills, on which Kenjiro says that he saw their deceased father in a garden because of her. After that, Kira tells Kenjiro that the breakfast was ready, and when Kenjiro goes out he sees only tomatoes on the table. While talking, Kira tells Kenjiro about her club and says that her club president can easily break bricks with just her fingers. Kenjiro says to her that she has just started high school, and she is hanging out with some weird people, and he can't understand their club activities. Kira then tells Kenjiro that she will be going on a mountain trip with her club member. It's a 3 days and 2 nights survival camp. She also tells him that her dream is to fight a bear on her own. Kenjiro says to her that it was impossible, and that she should give up on this dream, but Kira says to Kenjiro that their mother wrote in her letter that she fought against a tiger in India. Kenjiro says to Kira that their mother has given up on being human a long time ago, and when she couldn't find any strong opponents in their country, she started traveling throughout the world to find strong opponents to fight. Kira bids Kenjiro farewell and says that she has to go. Sometime later, Kenjiro arrives at school, where he sees Kanade Suzutsuki coming out of her car. He narrates the circumstance of Subaru Kano being a butler of Kanade Suzutsuki. At that moment he hears the voice of his friend, who says that he was jealous of Subaru and that he also wants to be a butler for Kanade. Kenjiro says to him what type of profession is a butler and who would want to choose it. His friend says that he just wants Kanade's butler, the butler of the most beautiful girl in the whole school, the daughter of the school's principal, Kanade Suzutsuki. Later, throughout the whole day, everyone was admiring Subaru's charm and Kanade's beauty. Soon Kenjiro was about to be approached by a girl, but before she can even touch him, he jumps back, and now it was then revealed he may have gynophobia.
お前クラスの女子と喋らねえし、近づこうとも。エロ本見せ合った仲なのにいつから。
After a weird encounter with Nakuru Narumi, he cools himself off in the restroom where he discovers Subaru Kano wearing girls' panty. A dispute happens and Subaru starts chasing Kenjiro around the school, attacking him. After an attempt to save Subaru from a falling object, Kenjiro discovers Subaru is a girl from her chest, causing the angered Subaru to throw a fire extinguisher at him, knocking him unconscious. After finding out this secret, Subaru nearly beats him to death, though Kanade saves him. He wakes up in the infirmary, chained to the bed except for one hand, which he uses to discover Kanade by his side, after being teased by her. At the nurse's office, Kanade reveals that Subaru must dress up as a boy and serve as her butler due to some kind of family tradition. Kanade's father, the principal of the school, only lets Subaru be a butler if she can keep her secret for 3 years while at the academy. Kanade then makes a sort of pact with Jiro. She will cure him of his phobia if he keeps Subaru's real gender a secret. It is then revealed that Kanade might be a sadist. She forcibly forms a contract with him to keep the Subaru gender matter a secret. Then begins his nightmarish school life. Episode 2. Subaru's brother likes her and she tries to avoid her as much as she can. One day while serving breakfast to Kanade, he notices that Subaru was leaving before Kanade. So Kasama asks Kanade the reason for it. The maid, who was also standing there, tells Kasama to calm and says that he gets easily enraged when Subaru is involved. Meanwhile, Subaru meets up with Kenjiro and they go to school together, but as they are going to the school, a girl is seen to be stalking them. In the class, Kenjiro's friend asks him if anything was going on between him and Subaru. Kenjiro says that there was no such thing. Then he tells him to be careful because Kenjiro's new proximity to Subaru has led to rumors that they were going out, which in turn earns Kenjiro earning the ire of the S4 or the Shooting Star Subaru-sama fan club, though, and Kenjiro's friend also tells him that he might get attacked by them. Sometime later, while Kenjiro was coming out of the cafeteria, he gets attacked by an S4 member, but a girl saves him. Later she tells him that she belongs to a club named Let's Warmly Protect Subaru-sama Committee, a fan club that was split from the S4 due to a disagreement on whether to support Subaru's relationship or not. Kenjiro meets with Kanade and Kanade says to him that the situation looked quite messed up for him. Kenjiro says that it was all because of her. Then she gives Kenjiro a card and tells him that by using this he can command Subaru to do anything he wants for one time. This was an attempt to cure Kenjiro's gynophobia. Kanade has him go on a mock date with Subaru Kano whilst giving him a sheep ticket as an apology for her actions. At the end of the date, Kanade tells him to use the sheep ticket, which is revealed to be the equivalent of an unrefutable order for Subaru, who, with obvious difficulty, asks Kenjiro for order while referring to him as master. In a panic, he asks her to say ba after seeing the plush lost sheep toy he had won for her. She does so in a cute fashion, but this puts her into shock where she begins asking Kenjiro for anything else while violating his personal space. His sister Kiraha, however, is revealed to have been spying on them the whole time and believes that Subaru is a man dressing up as a girl, and attacks her in a rage only to get defeated, causing her to end up falling in love with her. Later, Kenjiro and Subaru end up bonding and becoming friends when, during a school physical examination, they help each other and keep each other's respective secret of gynophobia. And being a girl, despite the considerable embarrassment they were forced to go through, which they begin addressing each other by their first names.
ジローでいい。
でもジロー
Episode 3. Soon Kiraha goes to meet Kanade to talk to her about everything that was going on. Kanade tells her that she and Kenjiro are in love. Kiraha says that was not possible because of Kenjiro's phobia, and Kanade says they are working on that. She says to Kiraha that from now they have to treat each other nicely because maybe in the future she might become her sister-in-law. Kiraha believes Kanade, and then Kanade says that she wants Subaru to date a girl too, so Kanade invites Kenjiro, Subaru, and Kiraha to a double date while settling the issue of Kiraha seeing Kenjiro on a date with Subaru by claiming that she and Kenjiro were lovers. At the pool, Kanade reveals to Kenjiro that she and Subaru were once kidnapped for ransom when they were children. After an incident where Kenjiro rescues a drowning, he ends up drowning himself, where Subaru flashbacks to her childhood where her father explains his name had the character close because it meant stand by me. When he comes to, where it is implied that Subaru gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, he and Subaru get a strange phone call from a man with a wolf's face, who is holding a knife, and is revealed to have kidnapped Kanade and Kiraha. Subaru starts to feel like Kenjiro does when he touches a girl, and reveals she has a phobia of knives, stemming from the traumatic childhood kidnapping incident where she felt she was inadequate as a butler because of her inability to protect Kanade as a child. Though fearful, she resolves to rescue Kanade and Kiraha, only for Kenjiro to knock her out, apologizing and stating that she could say whatever she wanted to him afterward. Though he attempts to fight off the kidnapper is revealed to be a surprisingly skillful hand-to-hand fighter and easily beats Kenjiro. Subaru, however, comes to his rescue and defeats the kidnapper while overcoming her fear of knives. Afterward, it is revealed that the kidnapper was Kenjiro's father Nagare, and that the whole incident was orchestrated by Kanade to help Subaru get over her fear of knives, believing that Kenjiro would help as he also had a phobia. Later, a tearful Subaru tells Kenjiro not to risk himself again, stating that she was scared her first friend would end up being stabbed.
ごめん。悪かった。
よくなって。俺が守ってやるから。
However, Kiraha interrupts their moment and inadvertently revealed that Kanade stated she was going out with Kenjiro, to which Subaru immediately reacts in jealousy, forcing Kenjiro to run away with Kanade from both Subaru and Kiraha. Kenjiro begins a cheerful, for the once, morning with the start of the Golden Week holiday, and Episode 4, Kiraha goes to club camp for 3 days. Just as he prepares to have breakfast, someone rings the doorbell. To his surprise, he finds Subaru dressed up in catgirl gear and carrying luggage, asking him if she could stay with him. He receives a call from Kanade, who explains that Subaru had been kicked out of the mansion, and she needs a place to stay. Kenjiro agrees to let her stay, and Subaru, grateful for this, decides to be his butler for the duration of her stay. Kenjiro takes a bath only for her to come in, insisting that, as his butler, she should wash his back. However, midway through, Kiraha ends up returning, due to her getting her arm broken after she fought a bear, causing a brief misunderstanding when she sees Subaru's female undergarments in the wash basket. Afterward, Kanade also arrives, stating that she has also decided to live with Kenjiro as his maid. After she and Subaru have a brief competition on who is the better servant, Kenjiro suddenly passes out from a cold, much to Kiraha and Subaru's distress. After Subaru attempts to treat him with several questionable cures, Kanade finally explains the situation. Taking Kenjiro to the river, it is revealed that Kenjiro's father Nagare has also been sent away due to a fight he had with Subaru about what happened at the pool. At first, Subaru refuses to return to the mansion, stating that she was his butler and it was her job to take care of him, fearful that she might lose him just like her father. Although he almost passes out from his cold, he convinces her to make amends with her father and return to the mansion.
執事失格だぞ。だから。
ご主人様。
At the end of Golden Week, Subaru thanks Kenjiro in embarrassment. Kanade notes her surprise that Subaru wouldn't thank anyone but her, after stating that he wasn't such a chicken anymore, kisses Kenjiro. And that's all for today, guys. If you liked the recap and want more summaries like this, consider subscribing to our channel.